All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grayslake. Here's a little bonus episode for you. And just so we're all clear, because things might change after this is recorded. So this is being recorded on May 28th of 2024, just in case anything changes. So it is my pleasure today to have Jason in from Dog N Suds. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure. Well, first of all, one of the big reasons I wanted to have you on, I know the entire community is devastated by what happened, and I wanted to kind of talk about how it happened and what the plans are and where we're at as of today.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're devastated as well. So is the whole team.
Yeah. So I know you take a big amount of pride in your restaurant. The people that work there, we've spoken. Like, it's your family.
Absolutely. Yeah. You watch the kids grow up. They become your part of your family. They're graduating. They're getting on sports teams. They're going in and out of relationships and everything like that. So you watch them grow and height. They can't see over the counter when you first hire them. A couple years later, they're taller than you.
Which is cool that you get to see everybody grow up like that. All right, Jason. So I know that there's a lot of people that really want to know like how the fire started and the damage that's incurred and everything like that. But as we spoke of off air, that I do know that there's some certain things you can't talk about because it's still under investigation.
Yeah, that's correct. So it happened overnight. It's no fault to anything that anybody did or didn't do.
Right. Okay. So, other than getting you any kind of trouble talking about it, by why things are still going, why don't we talk about like where we're at, what do we need to do to get back up and running, and kind of the course of the actions you've had to take from
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yeah, we could definitely talk about how Dog N Suds is moving forward to kind of keep going through all this.
Yeah. What's the first step? I mean, I came over and got to see you, and it seems like it's completely destroyed.
Yeah, it's basically coming down to the studs. So what we're doing is some of my team and myself are actually doing some of the demo work in the building ourselves. So we're taking down some of the walls, the ceiling, and the equipment and everything like that. So it's a really hard thing to do. I would kind of link it to if your home caught on fire. There's a personal connection to the business and everything like
Oh,
that.
I bet. And I'm sure it doesn't make it any easier that the building is old.
Yes, it being a 6-year-old building is making a challenge for this whole rebuild process because now there's a lot of things that need to be put up to code, such as electric and plumbing and the hood system for the fryers and the grill and everything like that, the HVAC system on the rooftop. So there's a lot more than just rebuilding, and there's a lot of code upgrades. There's going to be replacement equipment needed, and all our inventory is gone, and we're going to have to start from scratch with all the inventory.
Wow. So it's basically you have a 60-year-old building that all this equipment and redo everything to make it modern.
I have a shell of the, we're going to have a shell of the building. Yeah,
Wow.
start from scratch, unfortunately.
Wow. So I'm sure with I know we can't talk numbers of insurance stuff, but it seems like you probably completely exceeded what they're probably willing to give you.
Yeah, I think once we went through some of these code upgrades, we purchased a lot of inventory. We usually get into our busy season, right at the beginning of May, and so we had purchased a lot of product, and so we had stocked up our coolers, our dry storage, and our freezers and everything. And then this happened. We lost all that, and so we have to replace all that, and we still have to pay for what we purchased from the vendors.
Wow. And now redo everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know with this that how many employees do you have?
So we have a team of 31.
31. I'm sorry. And my verbiage is bad because I know that you sitting with Jason here, all he's preached to me the entire time is team, team, team.
Absolutely, yeah. We call them team members because they are family. There's a connection to them. During all this, I've had current and former team members reach out to us to check in and see how our things are going. We've had some donate back to the fire fund. We've had some buy us Dunkin' Donuts gift cards because they know we're going to be needing coffee because we're up early, working on different parts of the project and everything like that.
Right. So the community outreach to support Dog N Suds has been fantastic.
It's been great. We've had support, from the Vine, the Freeze. Hillside is looking at working with us. First Draft, obviously you guys here at Discover Grayslake. So
Thank you.
it's been phenomenal. Our regulars are helping support us as well get through all this. So it's been fantastic.
Okay, so this couldn't actually happen at a worse time too. It's like your season's ready to take off.
Yes, this happened about 2-3 weeks before our season starts, and so it's really hard.
Wow. And I know we can't talk about how long we can't promise anybody a date to reopen, but in your mind, like most of the season's
It's going to
definitely
be
gone.
pretty rough, and a lot of it comes down to not necessarily the rebuild time, but the lead time. Like, I hate to talk about this. We all hate to talk about supply chain issues.
Right.
It's still a thing. It unfortunately is still a thing. Some of the equipment lead time, they're talking weeks and weeks and weeks.
Wow.
So
Okay, so what have you guys? I know that you're in a service industry, and just by speaking with you for a little while, that you really like to serve and you really like to be part of community.
absolutely.
So what do you do while the restaurant's down?
So we've been doing the demo process ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We are working on outfitting the food trucks.
Food
So
trucks.
we have the concession trailer that we used to work out of over the last couple of years. And what we did was start taking the money that that concession trailer brought in, and we purchased a used food truck last year. The whole plan was this year to start outfitting it and get it out there.
Okay.
So
So now more than
fell
ever,
short.
right? So now more than ever, that's probably important because now you can at least get some revenue in and keep
Absolutely.
people busy.
So the one food truck is in the shop right now getting some maintenance work done, and then from there it'll go to the equipment outfitter so we can get everything it needs to get up and running. So the goal is to get the one truck up and running and then use the funds from that truck to outfit the second truck. We're hoping with two trucks we can kind of make up for some of the season that we're losing.
Sure. And that way, your team members can work too.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a place, or can we talk? Will there be a place where people can enjoy Dog and Suds, possibly during the summer after these food trucks are ready to rock?
Yes. So the village is looking at maybe putting us out by Central Park, over by the silo possibly, or by the pool. So that's fantastic.
That would be awesome.
It would, yeah, good spot. And then the second truck, we might roll out to some of the local communities in the area possibly. We've been looking at Haynesville, Lake Moore, and some other areas.
Nice. As a food trucks, I know that you guys went from a food trailer to trucks.
Yes.
That's probably made a big difference.
Yes, so the trailer's limited as far as the product because there's no major equipment on it. The food truck has grills, fryers, and steam table, freezers, coolers, soda machines, so we can offer a lot more product on it than we can the trailer. The truck is also more self-sufficient, and so we can take it out to a lot more communities.
Right. Okay, so at least we'll be able up and running. People can have dogs and floats, hopefully.
Yeah, so
Near
the
future.
truck will have will be featuring coney dogs. We're going to be doing Texas burgers, fries, floats, and sodas.
Nice. Because my only important question was the Texas burger.
That's the biggest thing we always get. Everybody's like, we want Texas burgers out of the trailer. We couldn't do it. It was coney dogs, but so yeah, we'll be able to serve our fries and floats out of there as well. So
Nice. I'm going to go back here a little bit because I think you have a very interesting story on. I want to know, like, how do you, whatever line of work you were in before, run into the Dog and Suds brand and make you want to do it?
yeah, so back growing up, there was a little hot dog place that was between my school and my house that we would stop by after school, get a hot dog, get some fries and everything. The owner there was very involved with the community, sponsoring sporting teams and doing different fundraisers and things. And he knew a lot about his customers. He asked, how's your mom and dad? How's your brother? Things like that. So he was very involved with the customer base and everything like that. And I really enjoyed that. And so I moved up to the area here in 2005 and was looking for a local hot dog place. And I came across Dog N Suds. So I've been a customer from the Grayslake Dog N Suds since 2005.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then when I saw it go for sale, I'm like, I gotta get this because it's kind of like reliving my childhood. And I wanted to do what the local place by me did. And so we've done that. I feel like we've done a lot of fundraisers for the community. We've done sponsorships for different teams and things, and for fundraisers for the PTO.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. Okay, so purchasing Dog and Suds, is that a pretty easy thing to do?
no, it took a while. The whole purchase process probably took somewhere in the range of 6 months to a year
Oh my gosh.
to jump through all the hoops and everything. And then COVID rolls around.
Right after you buy it.
2 weeks. Actually, so we bought it, and the bank dropped the loan 2 weeks before closing. And their reasoning was this COVID thing was getting out of control.
Huh.
And it was too risky for them to take on. So we had to renegotiate everything to get financing for the Dog N Suds. And that was crazy. 2 weeks before. That's scary.
Yeah, so and I know, and a lot of people that listen to the show too, that either own small businesses and people that don't. Sometimes the magnitude it takes on a personal finances to go into something. So it sounds like you put a lot of your own resources in this and really took a chance.
Absolutely. So after the bank dropped us, we had to put down a lot more money. I had to dig into my savings and my, retirement and everything like that. So it basically came down to, I was afraid I'd be able to afford my next month's mortgage for my house
Wow.
because everything was down. But I had a lot of faith in the brand. I mean, the brand's been around since 1953. The restaurant itself's been there since 1964, so 60 years. So I had faith in the brand and the followers, and being a customer, I knew the product and I knew why people came to the Dog N Suds.
Right. And I find it interesting about Dog and Suds, it's not just the food, it's the experience because there's not, where else do you get experiences like this nowadays?
Yeah, you don't get that drive-in car hop experience very many places, and I think that's the thing that makes us in, important is nostalgia. So we see people who bring their different generations. You see grandparents. Oh, this is my granddaughter, and I used to come here as a kid, or this is where I met my spouse.
Cool.
This is where we went on our anniversary. So the stories you hear and the generations is what's really neat. And we have so many regulars that you see you know their name or you recognize their order and they know you and everything like that. And you can talk about stories and things.
Right. I'm sure that you have people now that have worked there. I mean, for 60 years, there's people that have worked there, and you get to see them work there, go through college, come back, and now they're customers as well, and bringing their kids back in.
Yeah, we do. One of our car ops became a nurse. She's come back. She put herself through nursing school by working, with us. We've had teachers, and yeah, we see them come back from college. We've seen car hops on our social media commenting from previous owners they worked at. Oh, I worked back here in 1980 something and everything. So it's really cool that there's still a connection of people that worked here years ago.
Absolutely. And thanks to you and your team that I have to take a different way home to take my kid home sometimes so we don't have to go buy you, so I don't have to go get a root beer float.
Right.
So it's a dying breed of things because everything from outdoor movie theaters to car hops and things like this are going away.
Yes.
How many Dog and Suds are left around here?
So there are currently 11 original ones that's still in operation. Unfortunately, there were 2 in Michigan that had closed recently. That owner who owned the 2 Michigan ones actually came down to survey the fire damage, which was kind of neat that he made the trip down to see it. We've also been visited by Richmond and Ingleside to kind of see the aftermath and everything. So It's really neat that there's a connection. We're not competition. We're far enough away, and it's become a family.
Right. And it is really cool because, especially with all the restaurants we have in Grayslake and all the things from even things like the Freeze,
Yeah.
that it is such a staple in our community but it's so different that
Yes.
it's not a competition thing at all.
Absolutely. And a little interesting tidbit is the Freeze actually used to be Tasty Freeze, and the parent company that owned Dog N Suds actually owned Tasty Freeze as well at some point.
Really?
So the parent company actually owned both locations.
How cool
Which
is
is
that?
kind of neat,
Yeah.
and we're so close to each other, and we're competition, but we're not competition.
No.
And whatever there is, it's friendly.
Right. And since I know both of you guys, I can see how it's
Yes.
really friendly and help each other out big time. So that's really cool. So my next question was going to be like, what kind of support have you gotten from the other Dog and Suds? But it sounds like a ton.
Yeah, I mean, they've been great helping us basically procure items that we need and everything like that. And the Freeze helped us out.
Yeah, just
with
saw a
our food
picture
truck
of you out
festival.
there.
Yeah. We use one of the same ice cream suppliers, and we don't have any cooler freezer space or anything. So reached out to them. I'm like, hey, any chance you can get some ice cream for me for our floats for this event? And they took care of us on that, which was really awesome.
Yeah, and what a great community support, especially when you have other restaurant owners like you've mentioned, from Vine to Hillside, to all of these people that are coming to support you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great to have that.
Yeah, it's a very tight knit family.
Yes.
It's really cool to see.
Right. All right. Somebody that wants to, because I heard just rumors back and forth and talking to different things. So at one point, so people know if they want to help out Dog and Suds. I know that originally there was a fake GoFundMe page?
Yeah, so the assessor's office came out and he's like, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. I think there's a fake GoFundMe, some scammer out there. And so we were trying to head it off. So that night I went home and started building in a feature into our website. So that way we knew we weren't going to be able to stop people from donating. You know, we weren't looking for handouts, but we wanted to make sure the people that were donating, the funds were going to where they needed to go and then not to a scammer. So I went home and built into our website so that way people were able to donate through that.
So there's a direct link that's
direct
safe.
link. It's safe. It's through our website. All the funds go to the restaurant. There's no like GoFundMe where they're taking percentage of sale. Only thing that's coming out is credit card processing fees. Our bank set up a separate account, so all those funds go in a separate account, separate from everything else. Right. And so those funds we're going to utilize when the insurance runs out, and that we need to support our team and still, take care of payroll and then get anything we need to get up and running.
Right. And I think a lot of the things that I wanted people to understand when we decided to do fundraiser and try to do something fun with the 80s night or something. So the money that you're getting in, because I know a lot of people always say, but I'm glad you explained it that way. So that money is just going to go in a separate account to wait. Insurance runs out, then you can do that.
Exactly. Yeah, insurance is going to take care of what they can, and when those funds are depleted, then we'll tap in what we need to make things happen.
Right. I also found it very nice that I'm sure the position you're in, you can't do everything for everybody. But I know when I came in to see some of the damaged things that you were trying to still continue to help the employees out there. We're counting on this as their summer jobs or their seasonal job.
Yeah, we're trying as much as we can through still issuing some payroll, and then we're trying to get these trucks up and running so that way we can get them back to work and everything.
Right. So ways that the community can support you are to visit the food trucks.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
And any of the fundraisers that are happening, or go directly to the link on the website.
Absolutely.
Nice. And I want to say thank you to Grayslake because it's been so cool to see. I mean, it's a tragedy for your family there, but it's nice to see how community comes back and see how much stronger you are when
Absolutely.
you get to reopen.
Yeah.
Anything new, or you have any plan in your head that when you get to reopen, you'll have all this new equipment, you'll be up and running, like the improvements that you're going to make? Is there anything that we can expect that's going to be different? Because and folks listening, when I asked Jason this the first time, you know what he was concerned about? He was concerned about the comfort of the team members and that it would be a more comfortable place for them to work.
Yes,
which I thought was super cool.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting a new heating and air conditioning system, which will actually keep the building at a more comfortable temperature. It's such a small building, and that's what I think a lot of people don't understand is that building is the prep area and the kitchen. It has all the fryers and the grill, so it gets very warm in there. And the doors are constantly opening and closing with the car ops going in and out. It's just a revolving door. And so, yeah, I think the team members will have a more comfortable atmosphere. They'll have some brand new equipment to work with to make their job easier, and hopefully the temperature in there will be nicer.
Right. But you plan on bringing it back and having the same menu items, same everything. People can expect the same experience.
Yeah.
Very cool. I was going to ask you one more thing so do you have a common question that everywhere you go, what are the questions that people ask you? It was probably like, when are you going to reopen?
Yeah, when are you going to reopen? Where are you going to be with the food trucks? Right. Are we still be able to get the Texas burger? So, and I know that's your question too, but
yes,
yeah.
Sure.
So that was one of the plans. We were trying to figure out how we can work out the food truck to supply the core items, which is the Coney dog, the Texas burger, the root beer, the floats, and everything like that. And I think we've got that nailed down. So we've been working with our equipment suppliers to try to make sure the make sure the trucks can support everything that we're going to do.
Okay, the other thing that sucks is this is the 60th year anniversary, right?
Yes. So this was the 60th anniversary. We were going to do, we were trying to work with the village and the chamber to do a block party this year. And unfortunately, I don't foresee that happening. So hopefully we can do that next year. We'll have to do a 60+1,
right?
Is what I think. But we still want to celebrate it. Unfortunately, realistically, it's not going to happen this year, which is sad to all of us. So
yeah. So what year did you say when did you start Dog N Suds? When did you purchase?
So it purchased in 2020.
2020. So it's been
5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you never saw this coming. So this is
It's nothing like buying a business and being thrown into the COVID whirlwind, but I mean, obviously, nobody's been through COVID, but you buy a brand new business and then you get this major curveball. So you're trying to learn the business and everything. And then you get the COVID, and we made it through that. We're like, we can make it through anything. And then this happened, but we're still going to make it through it. Where the Dog N Suds is coming back.
Good.
It is definitely coming back. I've been in there, as you can see, I'm covered in sheetrock. I've been in there demolishing walls, and we've been working through things. So, if I have to rebuild that place with my bare hands, it's coming back. So
Right. That's great. I also admire that, going through COVID, when you say the loan drops and then you have to dip into your personal funds to really make it happen. Yeah. You must have a lot of faith in this place, because you didn't know what was going to happen with COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, that same time, we had no idea, but you still had the faith to persevere and move forward.
It's a big risk. I've been told you have to take risks in life, and I did have a lot of faith in the brand. If it's been around since 1953, there's something to be said. And then obviously being a longtime customer, I've seen what the business can do and what it's about.
Right.
So
wow. Well, I appreciate all of your hard work, and we're lucky to have you guys in our community to have this, and I know that you'll make it through there.
Yeah, we appreciate the support of you guys and the community. And the businesses in the community has been phenomenal. So
awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Is there anything else you want the community to know? Anything?
We'll be back.
We'll be
back.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger over here.
Exactly. But there won't no chopper.
That's right. And the chopper. So Grayslake, if you're listening to this when it airs, do me a favor. We are having our 80s ladies night, but yes, men are welcome. I wish I had a podcast to explain how many things I say that really, it's a trick, really. But come out Thursday, which is going to be this week Thursday, if you're listening, which is the 30th, at First Draft, 7 to 10 p.m. Tickets are available online. Also, there's going to be a 50-50 raffle there that we're going to do anything we can to help out. And this is where community, Grayslake, I challenge you to come out and help and keep building community. So we're going to, and you're going to make a guest appearance.
We are. We're talking with our team members, and we're trying to get them to make appearances. We want them to see the support, and we want those supporting to see who they're supporting. Right. Because it is a team atmosphere, and we want the community to know, who's a part of this and everything like that. So those that are 21 or older will be at First Draft. Right. We also, there's the fundraiser at the Dog N Suds in Ingleside on Friday, or did I get that right?
I don't know. Friday 30th is Thursday. Yeah, it is the 31st, right? May 31st.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So at the Lake County Jeep Club meet, we'll be at the Ingleside, and they'll be doing fundraisers as well. And so we're gonna have some of our team out there as well.
Yeah. Shout out to them. They're a great group of people.
Yes,
too.
they are. Yeah.
Awesome. And remember, folks, when you're making donations to this, you're not giving it to just one thing. There's 30 plus people that work there as a team to make sure that everything goes. So make sure to keep sight of that and be grateful for what you have. That's what I always tell people too, because you never know. So thank you, Jason, for all your hard work and keeping all these kids employed. And when I did meet you, I asked you if you had children, and he said he had 30 of them.
Yep.
So you get to see them grow.
I watch them all grow. So
so cool.
And then they go away to college, and they come back, and I get to hear all the stories. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you again, and I appreciate you sharing your story with us. And I wish you the best of luck with everything. And we'll be happy to make an announcement when you're back open.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Grayslake, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure wherever you're at, make sure you subscribe, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on Spotify, or on YouTube, wherever you're at. And make sure to come out May 30th, First Draft, 7 p.m. If you don't have your tickets, get them now. And if you cannot donate that way, you can go straight to the Dog N Suds website, where there's a secure link where the money's going where it should. Get out, and any of the other fundraisers that go on, please support that. And that's what builds community. So Grayslake, thank you very much. And we'll see everybody next Tuesday.